Welcome back to my channel. It's damn Jody once again. In today's episode, today's video, we're going to be talking about the breakdown of credit. So I'm going to give you the breakdown of basically FICO 8. So FICO 8 is the most commonly used FICO score. So that's basically what you're seeing. That's the actual credit score that you actually want to look at. You know, there's a lot of different ones, but today we're talking about the most used, the ones that most of the companies and loaners and stuff like that are using to look at your credit, you know. So this is the most important one. About 90% of all companies use the FICO 8 when looking at like loans and credit card loans, regular loans, lines of credit, stuff like that. We're not talking like mortgages or auto loans necessarily. But let's jump straight into it and see the breakdown of it. So boom, here we go, y'all. All about the FICO 8 score. So we have here is 35% of your score is made up of payment history. So it's on-time payments. So we want to understand that you don't even want to miss one, because even missing, I think anything underneath 99% is automatically like it's like a B. You feel me? So you want to be 100% when it comes to your payment history. You do not want to miss a payment. That does not necessarily mean that every time you have to pay off the full amount of the balance, but it does mean that you want to make your minimum payment every month. Make sure that you're making your minimum payment every month, and that's the only way, you know, that's the way that you are able to really avoid that. Just make your minimum payment, you know, $25, $30, $40, whatever it is. Make your minimum. That's the most important thing. Is your payment history. Do not miss a payment history. Do not miss a payment. So I be telling people all the time, like, make that payment, you know, make that payment. It's simple. Make sure that you have, you know, you have it, your payment auto pay, you know, that helps. Paying 3 days before the statement, your balance is actually due, so that it actually reflects by the time that payment is due. But it's known that your statement date, you understand your statement date. Statement date is that when it actually reflects on the credit report. The payment date is actually when it's actually due. So it's two different things, understanding that. We're going to jump straight over to the next most important category, which would be credit utilization. So basically, credit utilization is how much the percentage of credit that you're using. So basically, with that, like most people you probably heard, you want to have a max percentage, usually a 30% use of your credit. So if you have $1,000 credit card, you want to use max 30% when it's time to report for your credit, as far as getting a good score. Anything over 30% is usually looked at as high usage. So you want to make sure that you stay underneath 30% for sure. And to maximize that your points, you want to stay between 2% to 9%. Even using 0%, it is good, but it's not going to give you the maximum point value for your credit score. So credit utilization, and that's per card, you know, and that's for your whole credit portfolio. You want your whole credit portfolio to be underneath 30%, somewhere in between 2 to 9% for your whole credit utilization. So that's including all your credit cards, all your loans, everything, credit utilization. After that, we have the age of your credit history. So age of credit history is pretty simple. I think that excellent is around like 7 years. So the older your credit is, you know, so that's where you have AUs, and that's why you don't really sometimes want to cancel your student loans, because your student loans has most of the times the most history for your loans. So you don't want to close your oldest credit cards, because 15% is going to be your credit age. So understand that is very important. Credit age. You want to have longevity of credit cards. They want to make sure that you have credit for long periods of time. You've been making these payments for a long time, 7 years, 10 years, 5 years, whatever the case is. So understand that it's not just about credit utilization. It's just not just about making your payments on time, but it's also about the age. How long are each of these loan accounts? After that, we have 210%, which is going to be mix of credit. So that's going to be having diversity within your credit portfolio. So that means having different types of loans, credit cards, auto loans, mortgages, You can get furniture loans. So getting short and long-term loans. So short meaning a year, less than 36 months. Long-term loans is over 36 months, over 3 years. So understanding that you want to have diversity. There's so many different loans that you can get. Like I said, jewelry, furniture. I've had furniture loans, just stuff like that, to just understand, okay, you might have the money, but understand that, okay, I can build my credit. I know I got the money. I just pay for that in 2 months, 3 months. You feel me? And I'll just put this on my credit so that I can build my portfolio, and I can have my mix a little bit more diverse and stuff like that. So understanding that you want to have a mix of different loans, credit card, like I said, personal loans, lines of credit, auto loans, mortgages. So that's just a few for y'all. Boom. Recent applications has to do with inquiries. So with inquiries, you really want to have 0 to really about 2 to 3 max. And you really don't want to be overusing your credit, so you don't want to keep applying for more and more credit, having a whole bunch of inquiries, because you look thirsty. You look like you just desperate for some money and shit like that. You hitting everybody up, and they're able to see that, oh, this person denied you, this person denied you, this person denied you. So you don't want to do that. You want to wait till these inquiries come off, which is 2 years. So inquiries take 2 years to be removed. So understand, don't be out here just allowing these companies just to run up all your credit, sending your credit out to a million companies. I talked about in my previous video, on my car video, don't buy a car until you watch this video. I talked about how ways you can avoid allowing companies to just run your credit to a whole bunch of companies when you don't have a good relationship, or you don't have anybody to initially get the loan from and go get the car. So understand the recent applications and not just running up, applying to a million different companies and stuff like that. Understanding how to strategize when you're applying for loans, understanding what credit bureau they're pulling from, if it's pulling from Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, if they're pulling from one, if they're pulling from two, understanding the different requirements for each company and stuff like that, or just understanding your credit and how strong it is. So you have to understand these type of things, and this is basically the breakdown of the FICO 8 scoring. So, as you see, it goes from 3 to 850, as we see. You want to be definitely above like a 640 and a 700 to 800, you feel me, to really get, good APRs, good loans, the best of the best, the best credit cards, the best loans, the best relationships. That's all it is. You're building these relationships with these companies, How much people do you have in your life that you can go to and borrow $10,000 from, $5,000, $1,000 from? So that's what this is. You're building relationships with companies that will allow you to borrow their money, their credit, and you'll be able to, use that for your benefit, and, use these cards to benefit your life. If you know how to use credit correctly, if you know how to, manage your money and don't overuse your credit, and don't, just got to understand, you got to passive income. You got to know how to really manage this, because this is just another tool to help you become rich, help you become financially stable, and all that different type of stuff. So this is my video for today, all about the breakdown of the FICO 8 scoring. So I just broke that down for you. Remember, y'all, we have 35% of the payment history. Don't miss any payments. Don't miss you on 100% payment history. You feel me? Credit utilization, keeping under 30% for the best score. We want to stay between 2 to 9% for every card, plus your whole credit portfolio. But remember, y'all, don't be scared if it's over 30% for one of your cards or your whole portfolio. Just make sure that you're doing step number 1, which is that payment history. Make sure you always make your minimum payment, regardless of what your credit utilization is. So your credit utilization will be affected if your credit utilization is too high. So understanding that your age of your credit. So building long relationships, and that's why you have to have diversity, which is the next one. But understanding that credit cards do a lot for you, because you're able to have a consistent loan that you can keep for years and years and years and years, compared to a loan that's just a regular loan. Or a line of credit. A line of credit is a loan that you keep. That's like a credit card, which is just money. Just a line of credit that you're able to pull whenever you want to. But understanding that mix of credit, you want the diversity, auto, mortgage, jewelry loans, short, long-term loans, and stuff like that, and just the recent applications. You don't want to be out here just, applying for credit cards and all this type of stuff when you just ran up 10 inquiries the day before. You want to make sure that you haven't applied for nothing from 6 months, a year, whatever the case is, so that you have some of your inquiries removed. So it doesn't look like you're out here just thirsty. But that's my free gems for today. My name is Jody. Make sure you like, subscribe, and slap that bell. Until the next video, peace and love, family. We're going to stop sharing this.